1, 8, 30, 27, 64, and 77 and a half. These are all numbers representing big milestones in life. 101 is the number of days we have left until we're done with high school forever. Hopefully we all pass. 8 is the number of months until we go off to college, or for some of us, maybe go straight into the workforce. 30 is the average age to get married, while 27 is the average age to have kids. 64, the average age to retire. And 77 and a half is the number of years in the average human lifespan. Now, I'm not saying these numbers are all necessarily right and correct and we need to follow them by the book. We might not all have kids at 27, or maybe at all, and we might not all even go to college. These are just numbers. Numbers begin to look more real though when I put it in this perspective. This is a life calendar, and I know it's kind of hard to see, I couldn't find a very good picture, but each little box represents a week. This is where we are on that calendar. We're the red shaded area, so we've filled out about 1/4 of this. I did the math, and we have lived about 936 weeks. That's for an 18-year-old, so if you're not 18, that might be a little bit off. So I ask you, are these really just numbers? Today I want to talk to you about the nature of time, the consequences of missing the moment, and how to truly live in each moment. Now, I know we've all let a moment pass us by from time to time, and we all feel the familiar sting of regret. So if we know that familiar feeling, why do we keep letting moments pass us by? Time is the one thing that we all have but can never seem to hold on to. We all know that once it's gone forever, and we cannot get it back. As humans, we tend to live anywhere but here in the moment. We're either in the past thinking about something that we said that we regret and wish we wouldn't have, or maybe something that we wish we would have said. Or maybe we're just reliving a moment that we were truly happy. On the flip side of things, we're way in the future thinking about things like what we're going to do with our friends this weekend, or where do we want to go to college? What do we want to major in? Do we even want to go to college? We're not sure. Meanwhile, the present moment is passing us by. Our brain likes to tell us that the present is boring, fleeting, subtle, not somewhere that we really want to be, but that isn't true. When are we ever going to be in this room with these exact people listening to me talk about this again? Hopefully never, because I really don't want to have to redo this. So why do we let the moment pass us by? Buddhist scholar B. Alan Wallace states that we're living in a world that contributes in a major way to mental fragmentation, distraction, and decoherence. Basically, this means that we're everywhere but right now. And this isn't meant to scare you, it's only meant to remind you. The present is a gift, but only if we're paying attention. A personal experience I have with this is my senior year of volleyball. I know I've talked about volleyball a lot, but just one last time. So basically, this last season, I spent so much time in the past thinking about mistakes I've made in previous games, or maybe I was thinking about games 2 months ahead in order to get to EDC or state, that I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing then. I was missing practices and games, not physically, but mentally. And so when my last game finally came about, I was kind of in shock because I realized that I spent the whole season thinking about the past or the present, that my senior season basically was just slipped away from me. So we realize that it's pretty easy to let a moment pass us by, but the real question is, what do we all lose in the process? Time isn't really what we're missing, it's the things that come with time. Think about how many opportunities you've had to listen to someone talk about what they love, but you were too busy Snapchatting your friend about weekend plans that probably didn't even happen. Or think about all the times you could have said, I love you, or thank you, but you didn't because you thought you'd get another chance. These little moments are what make life so meaningful, and once they're gone, it leaves behind regret. In a passage written by the National Library of Medicine, it says that opportunity breeds regret. Feelings of dissatisfaction and disappointment are strongest when the chances for connective reaction are clearest. Missing moments has a ripple effect. A missed opportunity today is a missed memory tomorrow. Life becomes more meaningful when you realize that you're not going to get a moment twice. In a passage written by Very Well Mind, it exclaims that learning how to be more mindful and live in the moment can give you a greater approach for life and also reduce feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression. Living life to the fullest starts with learning how to live in the moment. Instead of being on your phone all the time, try to put it down and keep your thoughts in the now. Don't let them wander off. Have connections with people that you love, because one day they might not be here anymore. Listen to them tell stories, laugh with them, and let the connections remind you of what life is truly about. Finally, live each moment as if it were your last, because one day it might be. By doing so, we have a deeper appreciation for life. With that being said, I encourage you to go to prom this year, go to sporting events, hang out with your friends, do whatever you can to make this moment count. This moment is all we have, so what will you do with it to make your 77.5 years count?